Hi guys, how you doing? Senior Gaming here, and in today's episode I'm bringing you Valor Legends, and I'm gonna talk about second new hero tutorial, Liliananna. So if you're a Valor Legend player or perhaps idle gamer, then make sure you subscribe to the channel as I post as often as possible and obviously bring you best tips and advice. So before we go to a tutorial stages and see that hero in action, let's obviously investigate some skills. So we know we're dealing here with a forest faction and a ranger class, and let's check out what we've got. So we've got a Boomy Dart, which is obviously a skill which will deal a damage, but also you can see there will be some restoring energy happening here, so it's going to be definitely pretty handy to then trigger other skills quicker. Then we've got a Boomerang itself, which is a pure damage and is a skill which will then ricochet between nearby enemies. Then obviously we got our passive here with attack percentage and attack speed, very good. And finally we got obviously our fourth skill, which then increase our attack speed but also decrease armor of the enemies. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. Let's see that now in action. Right, so let's kick off with a tutorial stage 1. So Liliananna's ricochet strikes also pierce the entire enemy force, used to boost team fighting damage. Okay, so let's see that in action straight away. Let's get to Liliananna's and let's get this ball rolling. Okay, so considering there will be a lot of thrown objects at the screen, they should start bouncing in between enemies, and yeah, this is what is happening now. Okay, so this is very interesting because despite we've got tank at the front, the characters at the back are still receiving a damage. Okay, so that was tutorial number 1. Progressing now to tutorial stage 2. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about energy skills are better deployed against many targets. So consider placing where she can hit it. Okay, so obviously here we need to have a good strategy where she will hit a more targets. But at the moment I see wherever we place it, we're gonna still hit only tanks. Rather to expose it to enemy lines, I'm just gonna place these characters here. And let's see that now in action. So obviously we still got Lionel at the front. And I think once we start triggering skills, there we go, we have these boomerangs coming to the rear, and then wow, that was pretty impressive, I got to admit. Yeah, I'm really happy with what is happening on the screen. Okay, so let's now finally see our last skill on tutorial number 3. And obviously Liliananna's attacks are naturally armor piercing, which works well alongside heroes specializing in mass damage, I would say so. We can see the rest of the description. Okay, so I think okay, we're gonna go with Archie, we're gonna go with a little bit of AoE damage here. Okay, it should be just fine. Right, let's see how that works. Obviously what we want to do here is trigger a skill and then just reduce this armor. So therefore, obviously, our AoE damage should have do a much more significant damage. Yeah, so as we see, it's pretty much where we are. Very good. And this is a very close fight. But we got a upper hand with a stun at the end. Okay. So I think overall, I said this is very interesting because sometimes you are in a fight which takes a little bit longer than you expected, where the tanks are heavily taking all the damage, but that hero will be definitely handy to then deal with all the heroes which are range class and dealing damage from the distance. Okay then, so that will be it guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, then make sure you subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.